So ready.
All right.
So censor.
Is it coming up? I see green light. Health.
Oh my God.
Stream starting.
Health.
Health. Who is this? Why are you doing this to me? I thought I had you correct. You're not the right person. Let's see. How about now? If I press the refresh, will it come up correctly? Will it come up correctly? Yes, it does. It's at 79. Perfect. All right. I hear words, sounds.
79.
Yes.
70 motherfucking 9.
Yes.
Anthony, hit me with that beautiful theme music, dog.
I will as soon as I make sure we got the whole volume.
Oh! Yes. 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 Episode 79. Love and Chokes Podcast. Your boy, Keebler. Love and Chokes Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Located where?
The CLE.
C-L-E.
People,
We defend the land.
yes. People didn't know. They didn't know we were in the land. People had no idea. They're like, what? Jiu-Jitsu in Warrensville Heights? Where? How? How do I get there? Give me an address.
Did you give them the address?
Give me the address.
You point them in the right direction.
On the Love and Chokes page.
They can come get this love.
Yes.
They can come get these chokes.
Yes.
Because the chokes are legit as fuck.
Yes.
The love is quite legit too.
Yes.
I've been feeling very lovey.
Yeah.
Not like I want to like pat your forehead,
Mhm.
but like I want to make sure that you know that I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, love. Like,
Hey.
nah, like love.
Yeah.
Like I give a fuck. Like the people that support me, I fucking ride for you. I'll show up.
Yeah.
You need somebody to show up?
What? In
No
the
mask
rain.
on?
In the rain.
In the rain?
No mask.
With the hammer?
So you know why he has no mask? Because he's not leaving witnesses.
That's right. Ain't nobody gonna tell on me.
They say.
Ain't gonna be nobody left.
Yeah. Fun fact, guys. If you see a guy without a mask, you're probably dead.
I heard that on YouTube they can't even hear you.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I heard.
I think
So speak the fuck up.
I think it was just for that episode.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, for the last one.
Respect.
Yeah. It was just a low episode.
Episode 79.
It's loud though.
We have so much to talk about.
Yes.
Heavyweights,
Yes. Light heavyweights.
tournaments for you,
Yes.
much to discuss.
Yes.
So Anthony, let's go ahead and get into it.
Boom. All right.
This weekend,
Yes. This weekend.
the UFC 226 took place. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. And Stipe was the reigning defending champion,
Mm-hmm.
and he fell
He did.
to DC. And the way that he handled it, the way that he took it, was so inspiring to me.
Yeah. It's like the same way he shows up to fight.
He was like, I got beat. Now I'm going to go straight home and watch my wife give birth to my daughter and prepare for that.
Yeah.
He was on to the next, and not in some kind of depressing thing. It wasn't like, well, because I'm just going to. It was like, this is what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want a rematch. And that was it. Now,
Mm.
I think he would have room to complain. I think there's a lot of room to complain.
Yes.
Because, and I'm not trying to be cunty about this. DC broke the rules for the entire motherfucking fight. For the entire motherfucking fight. This gimmick right here.
Yeah.
This gimmick. So it's not that you're actively eye poking. I'm not going to accuse him of that. But you're putting your arms in a position where eye pokes are more likely than not. And then when he got warned by the referee, he kind of modified it a little bit, but eventually went back to the same practice.
Yeah.
And again, no sour grapes. Like, I don't have a dog in this hunt necessarily, except for just like my heart is with Stipe because he's from here and I love the way he conducts himself.
Yeah.
Stipe got poked in the eye very shortly before that strike.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it wasn't like right before,
But
but if you look, he takes a poke, he winces, he recovers, and like this is like a 4-second period of time I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Did you watch this carefully?
yes.
He gets fucking poked, winces, gets his shit kind of together maybe
Mm-hmm.
within like a couple of seconds, and then that strike happens and he goes down, and then
Right.
DC closed quickly.
Yes.
And around his eyes are thin fingernail-shaped fucking cuts.
Yes.
Not cuts where the glove tore him. I don't believe that.
No.
I think his face looks like he got fucking scratched by fingernails
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah.
And he didn't mention a goddamn thing because he's a better man than I am. Because I think you put that mic in front of me, I'll be like, yeah, fair and square, but I was poked multiple times in this match and I want a rematch. I'd mention it. I would have mentioned it. And so I was a little bit hot about it when it happened in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched the press conference and Stipe doesn't mention it, which means I have no right to really mention it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that happened to him. And that took his belt away, which in a sense takes money out of his soon-to-be-born daughter's mouth.
Correct.
And he did not complain
No.
because he's going to find another way to put more food in that girl's mouth. He's going to find another way because he's a true champion, and that's what they do.
All right.
Shout out to Stipe. Thank you for everything you continue to do for our city. I know you're not done. I'm not even sad for you because I know you're going to be fucking fine. Very inspiring. That was a beautiful heavyweight performance. In a sense from both guys. I'm not ragging on DC too hard.
No.
But let's not act like you're completely unaware of what the potential for this position is.
Mm.
Am I accusing DC of intentional eye pokes? No. But there's a phrase that my daddy,
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson, uses a lot, and he talks a lot about willful blindness.
Mm-hmm.
Willful blindness. You're not trying to poke him in the eyes, but you're willingly blind to the fact that this position has high potential to do so. You know that can poke a motherfucker in the eye. Don't tell me that in training it didn't happen to your teammates. It totally did. If you're using that shape to defend yourself as the guy closes, dudes are going to get poked.
Why doesn't everybody do this? Do that. Like, do this. Anything like that.
Because no one's going to get poked if you do that.
Yeah, I agree. But, it's just like, hey, you can, because you still have the distance. You only losing about 3-4 inches.
And the ability to poke him in the eye.
I agree. I mean, but still. Just why can't somebody just be like, you can do this, but not that?
So, but still, that was an outstanding heavyweight contest.
Mhm.
It was exciting. It's only one round,
Yeah.
but it was one round of real going. These dudes are trying to do some shit.
Yeah. And then you just go backwards one round or one fight.
The fight that became the co-main event was one of the most wretched fights in the history of the UFC, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was horrible to watch.
Yeah.
The Black Beast versus the Predator. I didn't see a lot of beastly things, and I didn't see anybody getting preyed upon.
No.
I saw two people who were very, very keenly aware of the other person's ability to end the fight with a single shot, and no one wanted to engage.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy to sit in this chair,
Mm-hmm.
safe and sound, far away from the strikes of Ngannou, far away from the strikes of Derek Lewis, and be like, they should have blah, blah, blah. But you both signed that contract knowing what that person was capable of.
Yeah.
So they should have engaged more. So that was depressing. The rest of the card was wonderful. The rest of the
Yeah.
card was very good. So the UFC put on a great show.
Pettis with his triangle. He said,
Now, there's another thing that started to drive me fucking crazy.
what?
Watching people get put in submissions and do almost everything wrong to get out.
Yeah.
Like, almost everything. I mean, he gave it to him. Once he was stuck, he drove in and walked to the wrong side. He gave him the leg to hook. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's one of the easiest finishes for a person who's excellent at the triangle and has already shown that.
Yeah.
He has triangle victories. We know he has a triangle.
Mhm.
Long-ass Taekwondo dexterous legs. We know he can do this.
Yeah.
So you can't walk the improper way. You can't try to stack a guy who is flexible and long to get out of the triangle. You're going to fail. So if you stack and come around to the wrong side, Jesus.
It's over.
And Chiesa has a history of being very difficult to choke,
Mhm.
and maybe that's what he was thinking when he started doing that tactic, like, oh, it's not going to be tight enough. But your arm is available, and that got attacked. And who knows why he tapped? Was he choking? Was it he realized that arm bar pressure was coming? Who knows?
Yeah.
But Jesus, man, you went the wrong fucking way. The wrong fucking way. Like, we're both black belts.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hook, and you were stuck. You walked over there.
And
You took a big-ass step and said, hook this leg, please.
He said, sure. And then
The fuck?
give me that arm too while you're at it.
You can't do that kind of shit with all that shit on the line. You know? So,
And I'm sorry.
shout out to Pettis, though. Like, it's good to see that guy back. looking like he's at a level where he could be in contention for something important.
And
Because he had a tough time.
he did. He was like struggling for a while.
Ever since that Wheaties box and people started blowing his cars up and shit.
Yep.
That dude's been through some shit.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
I forgot.
I
about
know
that.
for a fact he hasn't.
I forgot about that.
He's been through some shit.
It's rough. Yeah.
And so it was good to see him come out on top. And I have nothing against Chiesa, but I was rooting for Pettis for those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Adversity. He's been through some shit. Now, has Chiesa been through some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone through some stuff. Yeah.
The Kevin Lee fight,
Mm-hmm.
even though
His fashions.
he wasn't defending in a way that I think was the most intelligent, especially considering the referee's knowledge. Like, if your hands aren't in there, they don't think you're doing anything.
Yeah.
He also had that incident with the dolly,
Yeah.
you know? So he's been through some shit too. But that dolly didn't make you walk the wrong way, dog.
No.
Like, that's not what happened. So,
And then Kali Sticks knocking out Gokhan Saki.
oh my God. Now, why'd you call him Kali Sticks? Does he do Kali?
No, because isn't his name like Kali or something like that? Whatever it is, Raleigh. Or
Whatever. But yeah, he caught Gokhan like right the fuck away.
he's like, blap. Yep.
And put a kickboxing legend to sleep by strikes.
He's like, yeah, man. When he
Mr. Roundtree.
Mr. Roundtree. When he got on the mic, I was like, man, it's not how I expected you to sound at all. I expected you to sound super ignorant.
Really?
Yeah.
No, his name's Roundtree. That's the same name as like Shaft, basically.
Oh, okay.
So he was gonna be a cool black dude.
Not just like me, super just ignorant.
No, he sounded exactly like I thought he would sound. I was like, oh, he's gonna be like a cool black guy. He's like super cool. He was cool.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. I was like,
Shaft.
Yeah.
That should be his fucking nickname.
Shit.
Shaft. You have the same last name. Well, it's spelled slightly different, but it's essentially the same last name as Shaft, and you're a cool black dude. Like,
Yeah.
you should be Shaft. Stop playing games. Do you hate money?
He said, so you can't pick nicknames, Sharp.
You can. Most people do. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't choose this. I chose to attach to it, right?
Mhm.
There were other attempts at nicknames.
What were the other attempts?
The first
I'd love to hear this. I'm super excited to hear this.
the first nickname that they tried to give me, and by they I mean my teammates,
Yeah.
was Extract. That was the first one. And it was because after my first jiu-jitsu tournament, I
Yeah.
took a bronze medal at the Arnold's,
Mhm.
right? This was my first tournament. I lost in the semis. And my coach is like, we drive back, and he's like, all right, we're going to the club.
Yeah.
So we go to a gentleman's club,
Mm-hmm.
and he proceeds to spend more money on me than anyone's ever spent on me in my entire life for very little reason. Like, all I did was win a couple matches, you know?
Yeah.
And then I kind of like get stripper tricked and kind of fall in stripper love.
Yeah.
And he indulges it for a while, and it's that girl's birthday, and there's all this cash that she got for her birthday
Mm-hmm.
in a box, just sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
I might have been encouraged by somebody to take it and run.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Good.
I thought about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Good.
And then I just didn't want to leave. Like, I was still white belt Keebs, you
Mhm,
know?
yeah.
So, like, no confidence with women in any way.
Gotcha.
In any way.
Okay.
And I still have, like, doubts
Yeah.
about whether or not I'm attractive and all this. Like, I'm a regular person. But at this point, I wasn't even a regular person. I was, like, a wallflower shy guy.
Gotcha.
So even though this girl's being paid to pay attention to me, I'm like, wow, she's prettier than me, and she's being really nice. I really don't want this to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, can I articulate that? No.
No.
But I'm feeling that in the moment. So I've been entirely stripper tricked. I'm like hanging on her words, and they're not eloquent, you
Yeah.
know, but I'm with her. Like,
He's like, I'm here.
I'm with this girl
I'm
right
here.
now.
I'm here.
And they were like, dude, do we have to fucking send a chopper in to get you? Like, we got to get out of here. We got to get a team of motherfuckers to extract this little black guy. That's what we're going to call you. You're Extract. But it just didn't stick.
No, this doesn't make
It
sense.
didn't stick.
Doesn't make sense. You gotta explain the story. It's too long.
And then they tried to call me something else, like Tepecaño. They tried to call me that. Like,
What?
The attempt was to call me like a little Mr. T because I used to have a mohawk.
Mm.
That didn't stick either.
Yeah. Once again, hard to pronounce. That doesn't make much sense. You gotta explain it.
And it's a Portuguese nickname,
Yeah,
and
it's-
it might have been backwards in the way that we said it. Like,
yeah.
who knows? It wasn't gonna work.
No.
I ain't Portuguese, dog.
Yeah.
And so then one day, I believe this is the story. It could be wrong. We should actually call him.
Okay.
But I'm rolling with Foley, and Foley was one of my teammates at the time, and he's way bigger than me. He's like 6'4" or something. He's
Mhm.
huge. And he's like, "How are you doing so well? You're only 3 apples high. You should be off baking me some cookies somewhere in a tree with the rest of the Keebler elves." And like, Then everybody popped for it,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I was Keebler,
Okay.
and that stuck.
That stuck.
So like, you don't choose your nicknames, but I did choose to allow it. Like I responded to it when it
Yeah.
was called, you know. So you can't choose your nickname if it's a good one.
Okay.
You'd be like, I'm the destroyer of all. That's my nickname. It's like, wait, dog.
It's like, how many of those exist? Nobody wants to be called awkward, but I take it.
Speaking about destroyers,
Destroyers.
you were out here. You went to Toledo.
Who?
You.
This guy?
You.
This guy?
You, this motherfucker in this chair.
With the
Oh,
shine.
give it to me. Ah!
With the shiny shine.
Ah! Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it, actually.
Yeah, I'm really not a big fan of it either. It's too plain Jane.
But, you know, medals go where they go.
Yeah, back in the front seat of my car on the
You know,
ground.
on the floor.
Yeah.
We throw medals on the floor. We throw medals in bags. We throw medals in boxes. I know y'all put them up on your walls and shit.
Got a nice man cave with that says winner, and then I got a shelf.
So you can mark out for yourselves
Hey, honey.
on shit you did yesterday or 1,000 yesterdays ago. I know you stare at your shit.
Hey, honey.
I know you do.
Hey, honey. Guess what? I'm a gold medalist. You know what that means? You need to S this D.
You got to S this D. I want a gold medal. No one gives a fuck, especially her.
Yeah.
Especially her. But
Mm-hmm.
you were like, yo, check out my matches.
Yeah.
Check out this Tayotoshi.
Yeah.
Hey, this referee said I wasn't allowed to touch the face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, you're not allowed to, like, slap people.
Right. Which I didn't do.
But using your arms and your wrists and your biceps to manipulate the face,
Yeah.
it's a part of the game.
They're
What the
like,
fuck are we talking
get
about here?
hands out of face, and I'm like, I'm not putting digits and eyeballs. I'm just using this.
Yeah, all of this that's completely acceptable
Yeah.
and tactful. You didn't even, like, yank on the
No,
face.
I didn't go
like,
nose. I just went.
that's some shit I would do.
Yeah. I tried to be very.
I put my knee in your eye socket.
Yeah.
I do that to people I love.
Yeah.
Fuck are we talking about here? But when I see the referee, I'm like, I know that guy. And you're like, what? I'm like, I got a story for you. And it's
Oh.
not a negative story.
Right.
It's just really funny to me.
Gotcha.
This is a story about not listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this story is about.
Who's not listening?
Him,
Okay.
your referee. We're not naming him.
I understand that. I'm not asking. Just want to know.
This is a story about not listening. So, years ago,
Mm-hmm.
my homeboy Kitao does a feature film about Larry Lewis, who is a jiu-jitsu guy who is blind, and me, and how we met. And then the story, after the initial shit that is true gets told,
Yeah.
he wrote a fictional story,
Okay.
right? I end up murdered. I'm a prostitute. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So this dude, your referee,
Yes.
hears that a jiu-jitsu movie is going to be in a film festival in Michigan, and that's where he's from.
Okay. All right. This makes sense now.
Toledo, Michigan. You start to see where it's happening?
Yes.
I'm not making this up, dog.
I'm-
This is real shit.
Okay.
So this guy, through another person, asked to take a private lesson with me. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do a private. We do a private. He goes, yeah, I'm really inspired by this movie. And I go, what do you mean? He's like, well, I have some issues with my hips and my knees. I walk with a cane. And if he can be blind and do jiu-jitsu, then so can I. I'm like, okay, be inspired by my friend Larry. Do not see this movie.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in Oh Brother, like, do not seek the treasure. And he's like, we thought you was a toad. I'm like, do not see the movie. He's like,
Yeah. I must see that movie.
no, I think it's really inspiring. I'm like, do not see this fucking movie. And he's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, you don't need to understand. You need to be inspired by the person, by his situation. The movie is only half true. It goes into fiction. He goes, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go to the movie premiere.
Yeah.
It was not a premiere. It's just a screening at a film festival. It already premiered
Right.
in like Europe or somewhere. And so I get called up on the stage to do the Q&A. I don't even remember the Q&A.
Yeah.
But when the lights come up, I see his face. Now, I've already died. I've been a hooker. I think I had sex with a stuffed animal in this movie. And that was my suggestion. Anyway, yeah. So he sat through all that.
Ooh.
He sat through all that. And when the lights go up, he's like, And I look and I'm like, I fucking told you. Like, look how sad you are right now. I fucking told you not to come. But he didn't listen. So that's my story about your referee. I already ruined that dude's life one time. So had I been there at this tournament with you, and he was like, don't touch the face, if I had ruined his life by yelling at him and attacking him, he might have had a fucking aneurysm right then and there and dropped dead. So I'm glad I wasn't there.
He just sees you, and he just imagines a teddy bear in your hand. And
It wasn't a teddy bear, it was a shark.
Oh, he imagines a shark.
I had sex with like a 5-foot stuffed shark.
Gotcha.
I just remember my homeboy directing it, and like I kind of like, so I brought up the idea of like, you know, like if I'm that out of it and I'm angry and I'm intoxicated, I might do weird sexual things before I go to bed.
Right.
And he was like what? And I was like, there's this big stuffed shark in the room that like I was being shot at. And I was like, I might fuck that shark. And he goes, do it. And I was like, what? And he was like, do it. And so like we get the shark. And like this is legit. And so like I don't pull my cock out.
Right.
But I'm humping it.
Yeah.
Like hard and holding on to it. And but I get shy, right? And then I hear my homie go, fuck the shark, Darren. Like, we doing this, you know? It wasn't like it wasn't encouraging. It was like,
do it. Like you have to do it.
Fuck the shark, Darren. And I was like, is this some Eyes Wide Shut shit? Like, but of course I did it. And you can see the movie. The movie's called Aardvark. And it was fun to make.
Oh my god.
Shout out to all my homies that helped that movie come to fruition. It was my first feature film, dog.
Hey man, that's good. That's a good way. You have an IMDb page probably.
I do. It's weird.
That's great.
I think there's 3 films on my IMDb. Look it up. So yeah, it's funny that your referee was the dude I already traumatized. But in fairness, I fucking warned him. I fucking told him, dog. I was like, don't see this movie. Do not seek the treasure. But no, he just couldn't fucking listen. And he sat there, dude. He literally looked like some fucking Clockwork Orange shit. Like his eyes have been held open. It was not cool.
So it looks like it says you're known for 3 films: Joseph and Julia, Coda, and Aardvark.
All directed by the same person. All directed by my homie.
That's awesome.
Because that's the only person I would do a movie for. Like, I used to do acting. I used to do theater and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to kind of sort of want to get better at it. But then I realized I just really like attention and I can sing. Acting is hard.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good actor. I'm not the worst, but I'm not the best. And so I was like, okay, this isn't really the lane I want to be in. And I certainly don't want to ever audition for anything ever again in life. But if Kitao was like, yo, I need you to do this little thing, I would do anything my homie needed.
Right. I feel like you auditioning might be the worst thing ever.
Why?
Like, I don't know if you could. I don't know if it'd be healthy for you to get into the habit of seeking people's attention and then dealing with the rejection of that constantly. Like,
or maybe it's the best thing ever.
No.
No, here's what I'm saying. So the martial arts business,
Yes.
has very little to do with martial arts.
Right.
It's sales and marketing.
Yes.
And so I've got to get better at sales.
Right.
It's not that I'm bad at it. I'm reluctant to get involved in the interaction because I'm sensitive to the feeling of rejection. Far more sensitive than I need to be.
Okay.
But once the ball's rolling, I'm good at closing. I'm just reluctant to start the ball. So it's like if the hot girl sits down next to me and is like, "Hi, we fucking." But if she's over there, I'm never going over there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's fair.
If she's over there,
That's fair.
she might as well be in Timbuktu. Like if you're across the room, you might as well be in Antarctica. But if you say hello to me, then we're in. And so I've got to cross that threshold if I want to be successful in this business. And so maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea. You know? I've literally thought about going to like a speed dating event or some shit like that. Just so I can practice selling to like strangers. Like no intention of really fucking dating anyone. It's really an exercise.
Right. It's just
it's like we need to fucking inoculate Darren to rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like hard.
All right.
So that I can fucking win. So I've been thinking about that. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think you're wrong.
I think you're
you're wrong.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right, well, I'm gonna ask the chat a quick question, just that if they can hear me. Nothing about this conversation.
Anthony's out here trying to set me up.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious. You son of a bitch. Who's chatting to you?
Who do you
Exactly.
Who do you think?
Exactly.
Who do you think?
You son of a bitch. So what else is going on in the streets? Oh.
Well, we got the super fight that will be coming up.
What?
Brock versus Daniel Cormier. Everybody's
so-
losing their mind. It's too much WWE. Blah, blah, blah. It's called making money. Shut your fucking mouth.
Like, dude, you can wish that it was a different way if you want to. But, like, the market is the market. And so, like, Curtis Blades out here, like, oh, he's not the real. Okay, dude. Okay. Respect.
That's
But how many people know who you are? If I go into a grocery store right now and say, have you heard of Curtis Blades? Be like, oh, is that your cousin?
Is that the hockey guy? He's play hockey?
What, like,
Is he a goalie?
where did he go to high school? Have you heard of Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, I seen that dude drop something on his head.
There's going to be a lot more yeses.
Yeah.
So fix that.
Yeah.
Stop hating.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking sit inside the game and criticize the way it's going. I did that. For a long time. I was like, oh, the game isn't what's up. It really should be like this. And I lost, Curtis.
Yeah.
Stop fucking trying to be like, I wish it was like that. Accept how it is. And either win being yourself in spite of how it is, which is possible, but not that likely, or pull a fucking Kobe Covington. See how the game's really played. Start acting like that's how the game's really played, and watch what happens to your waist. Watch how gold gets near it.
Mm-hmm. Money.
But you want to live in this idealized world where fighting is just a meritocracy? You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. No one gives a fuck about you, and that's your fault.
Yeah.
And if you see it any other way, if you're like, oh, the game just, then fucking change yourself because you're involved in the game.
Yeah. That is why there's certain people who are
So fucking short-sighted. Like, oh, integrity and all this shit. Like, martial arts and all this shit. Well, then go meditate. Go fucking move in with the monks if that's what you want to do. You want to be pious? Go be fucking pious. You want to be paid? You're getting concussions and you're talking about piety. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get a grip. And your friends and the people around you should be fucking slapping the shit out of you for saying that integrity bullshit. Those dudes stood in that cage and printed money together. And Daniel Cormier wasn't talking about Brock Lesnar's integrity. He was happy as a fucking clam. Because he knows that push made him money.
He said, cha-ching.
Grow up.
And so I would like to address the people that think it's a bad idea to do this. And I say, that's how you're wrong. Everybody's like, there was one person in particular, I'm not going to call you out, sir. But I do think that, like, it's the best thing ever when you have more of a kind of, like, if you have drama, big drama show, big drama money, you get the money.
I'm not saying it's the best thing ever or not. I'm saying it's the best thing ever if the goal is to draw money, which it is.
Yeah.
So would I like to live in a world where merit mattered more than anything? Yeah, of course, dude. I'm a fucking martial artist. I want the best, most beautiful martial artist to prosper the most. I would like that. But I'm not a fucking mark. So I look at the game and I'm like, oh, that's how the game works? Time to do that.
Yeah. You play to the strengths.
You play the game the way the game is played. You don't fucking get mad.
Or you just change the game.
Which is an option, but it's very difficult.
Yes.
It's very difficult. The second that MMA guys stop resenting pro wrestling and realize that is the model that their business, especially the UFC business model is fucking the WWE. It's why you motherfuckers aren't employees. Because they looked at what Vince had done and they were like, what can we learn from this? Dana and Vince used to have meetings. Not to be like, oh, like, maybe we can work together. It was Dana trying to figure out, how does this dude sell a fake product for years and sell out buildings all over the world?
Yeah.
How does he do that? How can I learn from that? Heels and baby faces. Someone's got to be the good guy. Someone's got to be the bad guy. And nobody wants to put on the black hat. Nobody wants to be Wilson. Everybody want to be Shane out here. And then when somebody's like, look, I will be Wilson. I'll hop off the horse with the black hat and call the guy out. I'll do that. And everyone's like, boo. Popcorn. Fucking hypocrites.
Say.
You love it too. You want to see him get his ass whooped now, don't you? Don't you? So stop being worked. Enjoy it. I'm just saying, be a smart Mark. Don't be a Mark. Be a smart Mark.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching and you're in that situation, become a worker. Decide if you're going to be the white hat that you're pointing it out. Stop saying, like, I'm just going to work hard and have integrity. That's not the same thing as being the good guy. You literally have to demonstrate that you're the good guy.
Yeah.
You have to do good guy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a fighter and you hate what Brock did, tomorrow you should be on your Instagram with the fire trucks climbing up a tree and rescuing a kitten for a little kid. If you fucking hated it that much, then be like, I'm going to put myself in the position of being the good guy. If it didn't turn your stomach and you're in that world, put on that black hat. It's the faster way to the money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
If I were blacker, I'd be like, period, point blank. Point blank, period. You can reverse it if you want. They do that all the time.
They do.
They.
No. The word choice was they. I was just like, you mean you? I'm like, no. They.
Oh my God.
But
Racist.
the only black hat I want to win is Colby Covington now. I just want him to beat Tyron Woodley.
First of all, his name's Tyron.
Tyrone.
You son of a bitch.
Hey man, I'm just talking like them.
You mean like everyone? Because no one seems to say this motherfucker's name right. Everyone calls him Tyrone.
Tyrone?
In fact, if I were him, I would come out to that. I would come out to Erykah Badu. I think you better call Tyrone.
Nah, he's not going to do that.
And tell him, come on, help you get your shit. Do you remember that song?
I don't.
What?
Don't remember.
Oh,
it.
that was the track.
Hey,
when
man.
that came out, that was the track for like a year.
I'm a baby.
Every black girl in the world was rocking that song hard, and then it crossed over for like a few weeks.
Dude, do you know like what my family is? I'm like, I
Every
live with
time
Haitian
I ask
people.
you for a little cash.
They don't know anything about rhythm and good music. They just fucking do this shit.
You turn right about around
We
and
just
ask
have-
me for some ass.
We just have Wyclef Jean. We don't have anything. You don't know anything about good music. That's all we got.
Oh shit.
But
Oh, Anthony,
it was a good weekend.
these motherfuckers out here. It was a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sat at home. Oh, by the way, Ribcage East Side is better than Ribcage West Side.
There's a ribcage on the west side.
Yeah, they just opened it up recently. It's in Ohio City.
Okay.
When you first gave me your chicken wing or whatever it was, that was way better than the last 2 times I've been there.
Oh, word.
Yeah, Cold One was way better than the last 2 times I've been there.
Hey, dog.
I'm like, hey.
You guys stay on this east side. See that Tremont fancy like white people shit.
Hey man, they all I know is that as soon as that place came up, black people just stormed Ohio City. Like it was just weird. Like I've never seen so many black people in Ohio City.
Look, they have the best chicken wings.
They do have pretty good chicken wings, but they suck compared to the ones on the east side. Like they're not that great.
You know, I don't even really fuck with that shit. So if you're not from Cleveland, maybe you don't understand. But it's not like, oh yeah, west side of town, east side. Everyone has sides of
Mhm.
town. When you're from Cleveland, you either live on the west side or the east side, and you don't really fucking cross the river.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's not even a racial thing.
No.
Because there's blacks on the west side and Puerto Ricans on the west side and white people, and same on the east side. But if you're from the west side, it's like we're in different countries. It's like
In the winter
it's like Germany in this bitch. It's like Germany in the Cold War. It's like east and west shit.
West. It feels like that when we're in the wintertime. It's like when you go from west to east or east to west, it feels like you're going to different countries.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? I can't drive.
And I'm an
Yes.
east side boy for life. I would literally never live on the west side of town ever.
I probably do both.
I don't even honestly feel comfortable over there. I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like being over there.
I don't care.
It makes me feel like I might get in a fight at any moment, which is not rational.
No, not at all.
Because I don't feel like randomly threatened. I just look around like, what the fuck? What are all these people? What are they on?
I have a similar feeling when I go to Neptune in New Jersey.
Word?
Yeah, because I mean they just like beat the fuck out of us in football, and I remember that vividly. And so like because it wasn't like a regular beating, like no, it was like gang violence.
So you're talking about like you just have a traumatic episode.
No, it's like it wasn't like oh we played.
They
football.
gave you PTSD.
I watched them just carry my quarterback off and just throw him like he was a sack of potatoes. Like they each got like 2 limbs, just threw him.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh yeah, this is like I'm going home. So I'll score a touchdown, and that'll be the only touchdown we score, and that'll be it.
I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm going home because these guys got tattoos and mustaches.
They brought their kids to the show.
Yeah, and they're only freshmen. They're only freshmen in high school.
They brought their fucking kids to the game.
I'm like, they got muscles I've never seen yet. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I scored the touchdown. I'm going home. See you guys later.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
When I was a little kid, we had to wrestle. I went to prep school,
mm-hmm.
so I was like the only black kid on the team. And a coach, not my wrestling coach, but another coach, was like, "So I hear you guys are wrestling Kirk," and Kirk is a all black school in East Cleveland.
Yeah,
which is a suburb technically, but an extraordinarily poor 97% black suburb.
okay.
Right? And he's like, "Oh, so you're wrestling Kirk, huh? Get ready. They're going to bring their kids. They're all going to have mustaches and hair underneath their balls. You better be ready to go to war." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "He just said balls. Like, what's happening?" But luckily, they didn't have any coaching. We whooped their ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I fucked my kid up super bad.
He's like, hey man.
I always tried to beat up black people really bad.
Of course you did. Because
I'm racist.
Of course you did. That does not surprise me. I would be more likely that like every match was a close match with a white guy, but every match with a black dude I just murdered him. Not because.
Well, no, I also got murdered by a black dude my freshman year, who I look up to a lot.
Okay.
He was actually nice to me for a long time. Like he graduated and saw me in a public place and like said hello. I really looked up to him. When I was a freshman, I wrestled this dude named Corey Sharpley. I can't believe I remember his name. I wrestled a dude named Corey Sharpley, who I think won the state title that year in like the big school division, and I was in like the second division, and he was like the Division 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a freshman, and we wrestled. He beat me 15-5, fucking thumped me. And I was like, I have a long way to go. Like, so my first tournament, not my first match, I won my first high school match, which was a trip. I was like, I can't believe I can do this. But like one of my second or third match is a dude who was gonna eventually be like a state champion or a state place or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he beat me like 15-5. Now I don't know how good he is, but I don't get beat by 10 points at that point in my life.
Right.
I'm like, what? Like, there's dudes who are 10 points better than me. Literally, that I know, there's dudes that were like 30 points better than me too. Because there's freaks.
Right.
Like,
it's just dudes that
I could have touched Kyle Dake or something. Like, who knows what would have happened? You know,
Right.
like,
yeah.
but we're not the same age. But you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I could have touched somebody super scary, and but I lost 15-5, and I was like, there's levels to this shit, like, and I'm not on that level yet.
Right.
That dude was a man,
Yeah.
and I was a little boy. Like, I was a 14-year-old boy, and some 18-year-old man-child beasted me around the mat. It was fucking scary, actually.
Did you ever have it the other way around though, where you just whoop some grown man's ass?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And in jiu-jitsu, it's been even worse. Like beating up big guys.
Yeah.
My first brown belt match was a guy that was like 230 or 240. I fucked him.
Damn.
Just fucked him. I beat him like 10-0 or like 12-2 or something nuts. Just fucked him up. Like, and it was easy.
Yeah.
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 So like every now and then you get those moments where you're like, wait, I'm not shitty.
Yeah. It's like, whoa. It's like, hey man.
But then other times somebody's like, yes you are. Sticking in you real hard. You're like, oh no, you're shitty.
You're shitty.
You at least have the potential to be shitty some of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than you want to admit. Like,
But
of course you're shitty. You just have some good days.
yeah. It happens. We get good and bad days.
And today was a great day. It was just long as fuck. Like, my day really started at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been going hard at it all day.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you gotta say.
Like, I have an Instagram story. Some of you guys can see it. Like, it was like, I just tried to maximize my time today.
That's good.
Work hard, play hard, and then work hard. And now, like, I remember one time, Donald sent me a text, my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, one day you're going to have a day where you do all the right things and you're fucking exhausted. You're going to be proud of that day. And then the next day, you're going to try and do the same thing. And that's how I feel I've been living the last few weeks. But I've just been, like, sharpening it. Like, this morning I was like, all right, there's a couple spots you've been missing. I mentioned it in my Instagram story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Keebler is Tiny, all one word, no underscores, none of that shit. And in my story, I admitted to a fault of mine. One of the reasons I lost my business is, like, I would let anxiety get to me to the point where I wouldn't do really important business tasks.
Right.
Like, answering emails makes me anxious.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like what?
Isn't that fucked up?
It's fucked up because you write really well.
It doesn't matter.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't have. Like,
it's not based on real shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what threw me for a loop. I'm like, I hate responding to emails because I can't write for shit. This dude can write. I'm like,
it's easy.
Yeah, he wrote something to me for me to send out to somebody. I was like, this is easy as fuck. I like this.
Yeah.
So if I could just do this every day, it'd be easy. Just like, hey man, write something for me. Cool. And send them. Like,
here you go.
That's easy.
Any more assignments? I actually like doing shit like that.
Yeah.
But I used to hate going to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you hate go to the bank?
I would just get anxious.
You just didn't want to see what that balance was?
That or talk to anybody about money.
Really?
Because I knew I didn't really know that much about it. So I didn't want to talk about it in any way.
Interesting.
Even the stuff that I know, like I can count.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But since I knew I didn't know anything about it, I would get super anxious about it. Which is why even to make cash deposits, I go inside the bank. So that I'm interacting with these people all the time.
Yeah.
So that I have to get comfortable. And when my balance is high,
yeah,
I notice that I feel differently than when my balance is low.
I bet you come in like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And you just start chatting it up with people, and probably when it's low, it's different.
So I've just decided.
No, I get it.
I'm inoculating myself to that. You know? Like the other day, I stood in line for 30 minutes to do a cash deposit when the ATM was right there.
Yeah.
And when I got to the front, she was like, thank you for your patience. Wait, why didn't you just? And I was like, I didn't come here to deposit this money. I came here to develop my patience and to stop being afraid of talking about money. That's why I'm here. That's why I stood in line for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't have to thank me. You literally helped me. You helped me develop a piece of me that's wrong. And I think that's, like, I posted a fucking Jordan Peterson video today. And I know that a lot of my friends, like, that's going to make me unpopular with them. I know that. The reason I don't care is because there's somebody who isn't going to listen to the bullshit that people say about Jordan Peterson, and they're just going to listen to the things that he says. And the things he says can improve your life in a real way. And he's been a real inspiration for me. And he's been really, his content, not he, like I've been helping myself. But his content has been really helpful. Like when I feel like I'm falling off the path of I'm about to do the wrong thing, I can hear some of the things that I've heard him say or things that I've read of his. And then when that doesn't work, I hear Dan Pena being like, you're a fucking cunt. And that helps too. But that's not for everybody. That's not for everybody. But it helps me. And so I was like, look, this really might help somebody.
Yeah.
Like there's people who hear the same kinds of words that I've heard my entire fucking life. Like, you have so much potential. But that usually means you have serious character flaws that are in your way. And in a world where everyone's telling you to love yourself for who you are, somebody said love yourself for who you could be. And hold yourself to some fucking standards. And work on improving them.
Yeah.
And don't think that it's going to happen overnight. Really what you need to do is do these tiny little incremental changes. You could also look up another person who's way less controversial. A person named BJ Fogg. BJ Fogg. And that dude talks about habits. And how they're formed and how you can manipulate that for success. That's good content too. But like when people call people that I look up to things like racist and homophobic and transphobic, do you think I would embrace someone who I truly thought was like that?
No.
Do you know how much of their fucking content I have read and listened to? How much of their like off the cuff stuff too? Not just presentations. When they're confronted with tough questions. You think I would support somebody who is actually racist, actually a hater of homosexuals, actually a hater of trans people?
No. In all seriousness.
I'm not. I'm not black.
Yeah.
I'm not straight. Like, what the fuck? Like, obviously, I know, right? All those negatives.
Yeah.
I play with you. All those, like, I wouldn't support a person who was like that. I wouldn't be like, yeah, well, there's that, but he also said this really cool thing. It just sucks. And I know that one of the only reasons that people don't think that I'm some kind of Nazi now
It's because you're black.
is because I'm black,
Because you're black.
which makes them fucking racist.
It does. Because you could be a black Nazi.
I could.
You could.
Maybe I should be. No, I'm kidding. That's fucking disgusting. Like, that word is disgusting.
What? You could be? Or
No, Nazi.
Oh, Nazi?
It's a disgusting concept. Like, fuck all those people.
Yeah.
Fuck all those people.
Their fucking blue eyes.
Not all of them even live up to the standard. You're just
No.
fucking hiding out under the radar, not even looking all that Ubermensch.
Putting the colored contacts
Your
in.
bitch ass contacts.
Dyeing your hair.
Mhm.
Eating sauerkraut.
You barely Aryan. You hardly white. You opaque ass motherfucker.
Exactly. Losers.
Anthony,
Hold on. Weird news.
we will do weird news.
Okay. So
I'll do one. I'm seriously so fucking tired,
I
dog.
can tell. Oh, sir, excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
Excuse you.
No, this guy. Oh. All right, we'll just do the. We'll just
You
do.
gonna show me a video?
No, I was going to. There's a man who wrestles with a rifle from a burglar, or a man who breaks it in, found with hatchet and pants down.
I may have been discovered with my pants down before.
What, a hatchet in your hand though?
Wait, what's that guy's name? Michael McLean?
That's the.
Okay, good, because
yeah.
I'm happy I don't know that guy. He looks like a dude named Amos I used to know, and I was like, oh no, did it end bad for Amos?
It didn't. He broke in this person's house, fell asleep with his pants down, and his hand. I think his one hand with the genitals, and the other hand.
Yeah, he was jerking off,
And then his other hand with a hatchet.
and he had a hatchet to chop anybody's heads off who came in and caught him.
But he fell
And
asleep.
then he passed out.
He fell asleep.
Meth is a hell of a drug.
The husband came in because the wife's like, "Hey, there's somebody in our house," and he's like, hit him with the butt of the gun. Like, wake up! And the dude's like, trying to fight with that thing. They fought through the kitchen, out to the yard. Dude comes.
He said, "Wake up."
"Yeah." He hit him with the gun. Wake up!
What the fuck?
No, I don't know if he said that, but that's what I thought he was.
His
Like,
wife is in the house. Do they have children?
I don't know if they have children. They didn't say, but they said there was a woman. And the woman called for her husband to get the man out of the house. The homeowner then attempted to wake up the man to get him out of the house. Because he was feared for his life, the homeowner struck him with the man with the head of his gun. And the fight began.
Hell no. First of all, why are you close enough to this person? The whole point of a fucking weapon is to have distance.
Yeah, he has a hatchet, dog. If you come close, he's going to hack at you.
Like, what are we doing here? See, this is,
And they just fight.
I'm not even fucking trained like that. This is common sense. Not common sense.
No, this is just,
This is, in my opinion, a very basic deduction.
yes.
If I have a weapon whose means it's a propulsion weapon,
Yes.
I don't need to be fucking close to
I
you,
don't need-
hitting you with it.
No. Sorry. Sorry.
The fuck?
Just put it one.
If I'm close to you hitting you with it, that's because a lot of things went wrong. I didn't choose that scenario.
Yeah.
I didn't walk up to you and be like, bloop, hey, bro.
Yeah. For sure.
What the fuck?
I would just close the door, call the police, or just kept it open.
Let's not say what I would have done.
Hey, man. I know what you would have done. but
No,
still,
you don't.
We don't have to talk about it.
I'm a nice boy. I would never have shot that man in the face. Dude, my wife is upstairs. My wife is in the house. You have a hatchet. The second I see that hatchet and your dick is out, that's too weird for you to live.
Yeah. That's a very strange conversation to have with somebody. It's like, hey, man, what are you doing in my house?
Hey, man, put your dick in that sharp object away. Nah, never mind. Pop, pop. I'll explain this. Sir, he was coming right for me.
Yeah, that happened in this thing. They fight until they get outside in the yard. Dude leaves, comes back with the hatchet. Dude shoots in the ground. Dude runs away again, comes back, shoots another shot in the ground. Dude runs off and he's found somewhere passed out bleeding.
See, you should have popped him.
I said, yeah, he shot him twice.
I'm not even like super cold. Like
No.
I'm saying, like I'm defending my family, like my home. If he walks into this house,
He said, hey,
I'll give you a shot.
throwing an Xbox at you.
I'll give you a shot. I'm not gonna shoot you if I don't have to. If you don't come forward,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot you. If I'm a married man and my wife is upstairs, and I see you with a fucking hatchet in my house,
Putting him down.
I'm putting you down, and I'll figure it out later.
Question. So if they came into your house, what if you came home and you came home from a date, la la la. You see a dude in your bed, and that's what I'm saying. You dick out, hatchet, push the air conditioner. He said, "Hey, what's up?"
He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah,
He's dead.
yeah. It's not like, "Hey, man."
Like, what are we talking about here?
It's like tap tap. What's going on? Hey, can you leave, sir? Can you put the air conditioning back in when you're done?
Excuse me, sir. That's inappropriate. Excuse me, sir.
That's $200.
I need you to leave,
And by the way,
sir.
fix that window which you broke.
No, we're killing that man and
uh,
sleeping like a baby after.
Oh man, I said yeah.
Like, your wife deserves to feel safe in her house.
Yeah.
That guy could have done anything.
Said
He would have done fuck all nothing.
he would have been.
Anthony,
Yes, Darren.
that was not a happy note.
It was not. You want to talk about
No,
guy
I
gouging-
literally want to go to sleep. I wanted to go to sleep on the way here. But I was like, that's not right.
Hey,
And we've done a lot of right things today.
we have. So one more is not.
Had a
gonna hurt.
lot of fun, did a lot of work. Now let's try to get a lot of sleep. Because in the morning, my strength coach isn't going to give a fuck.
He said, "Hey man, you here? So let's lift some weights."
Like, yeah, I'm kind of tired today. Oh, that's great. Here's the program.
So
On my shoulder. Oh, that's spectacular. Here's the program. No, he does accommodate injury and shit, but he knows that he is not to give me any fucking slack,
yeah,
especially if I ask for it. Especially if I ask for it.
if he sees you,
If he sees something, he can make an adjustment.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
right?
If I'm like, I'm not feeling well, cool.
Cool.
So here's the list. Go to work. Bye.
So unless Darren does like the double tap, like no, like listen, sir, like you grab him, like, "Hey, I'm not feeling well."
Yeah, which hasn't really happened. Like, there was the
That
brief
one time, yeah.
toe injury.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's been on that grind. And
Yeah.
my goal,
What's your goal?
every single session. Every single one. 12 weeks.
Yeah.
5 days a week. 60 sessions.
Oh, that's your goal, is just to go to all of them.
All 60.
Gotcha.
This time I got like 51 or something. It was decent.
It's decent.
Like, it wasn't like I went to half of them.
No. Like,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you're like 90 percentile.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to get a 100%
You
attendance.
said, "Hey man, I was here, spit or rain or shine, I was here." He said, "Nothing stopped me. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no stoplights, no blocked in driveways.
Like Diddy in the fucking early 2000s.
Hey,
Can't stop.
won't stop."
Won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Love and choke jujitsu. We get down, baby. We get down. That's it.
It's over.
Goodbye, Internet.
Good night.
XOXO.